Welcome to Nightmare Junkie. In tonight's 14 scary ring camera videos, we witness some crazy neighbours you don't want as a neighbour. We also have some terrifying video clips that will send shivers up your spine. You don't want to miss this. Let's get started. Number 1. In this scary video, a man who is wearing a dark hoodie rings the doorbell, but nobody answers. The doorbell couldn't be heard since the man who lives in this home was wearing headphones. Inferring that no one was home, the man in the hoodie shortly returned with his friend who was wearing a white hoodie. About 15 minutes later, the white hoodie-clad friend is standing next to the door as the man in the dark hoodie tries to kick it in. The home's owner hears the attempted intruder hammering loudly on the door and says something incomprehensible to frighten the two men away. Number 2. In this scary rain camera video, we observe a person in a mask walking up to the door and covering the doorbell with tape. The alarm was triggered and a notification was sent to the homeowner. On the porch, he detected some movement, and when he watched the video, he was about to reach for his revolver on his nightstand. What transpired while the tape was covering the camera is unknown to this day, but ultimately one side of the tape fell off, revealing the person wearing the mask to be no longer there. The homeowner is unsure whether the incident was the result of kids playing a practical joke on him, or whether someone he came in contact with was trying to rob or harm him. Number 3. In this video, outside his front door, 2 untrustworthy individuals are waiting in his driveway. The 2 immediately run away after the person on the left spots the camera. Not even 15 minutes later, however, the 2 return to the homeowner's driveway after deciding to carry out the robbery once more. One of them tries to break down the door right away, but this time the homeowner is prepared and answers the doorbell. The 2 are finally scared away by the speaker's assertion that the police are on the way. Number 4. These 2 videos were likely recorded during the 2016 clown epidemic. In this first clip, we witness someone dressed as a clown, wielding a small sword, loitering at the front door for a while, and then running away like a scared child after ringing the doorbell. The second video also shows a clown-suited individual standing in the distance and gazing at the entrance. After some time, he approaches the door, appears to spend a brief while staring at the doorbell camera, and then turns to go. Most people wouldn't want to open the door to these 2, whether or not this was a joke to frighten the homeowners. Number 5. In this video, we witness a man who appears to be waiting to enter a residence. It is unknown if it is or is not his home. A bizarre translucent creature that resembles an animal is observed floating towards the door as he waits at the entrance. When it arrives and moves past, perhaps in response to a sound he hears, the man turns around. Number 6. This video shows why you should never open your door without first checking to see who is at the door. The two males in front of the residence were caught on a Ring camera by the doorbell. One of them walked up to the entrance and pressed the doorbell. He approaches the door with a gun. He attempts to disguise his face and hides to the side, waiting for someone to open the door. The other man strolls down the sidewalk while he waits for his pal to carry out his intended action. Fortunately, no one ever opened the door. Number 7. In this terrifying video, a man was on his porch when a massive black bear suddenly wanted to enter since it had seen the homeowner's cute puppies. By positioning the wooden furniture in front of the door, the man engaged the bear in an effort to preserve the puppies. But he was genuinely terrified. He brought the puppies inside and entered. The fact that no one was wounded and the homeowner was able to save those adorable little puppies makes me so happy. The man could have been seriously injured or worse, killed by this hungry, crazy bear. Have you ever had an encounter with a wild animal? Let us know in the comments. Number 8. In this Ring camera video on 2018, September 10th, after noticing the man on security cameras, a Florida man in a bulletproof vest and carrying an assault rifle rang his neighbor's doorbell at 4:00 a.m. She called her husband, who was out of town on business, as well as the police right away. After 25 minutes, police showed up and filed an aggravated assault case against the man. Number 9. This Ring camera video happened in California's Los Angeles. This person's door is being watched by a man who is looking at it suspiciously. It turns out that he was attempting to address a problem with his neighbor. He has no idea, though, that the neighbor wasn't even at home. He continues to damage the man's possessions and even takes his doormat. Number 10. The owner of this house would wake up to a notification on his phone telling him motion was detected at his front door. And after reviewing the footage, this is what he found. There was an old woman with a knife just standing at his front door, constantly shifting her body weight from side to side. The woman can be seen awkwardly holding and looking at the knife, as well as constantly glancing all around her. The woman finally tries to ring the doorbell after a few more seconds have passed, but for some reason she doesn't seem to have the willpower to do so. And the video stops after 2 minutes. Who this woman was and what motivated her to approach a stranger's house door while brandishing a knife are still unknown. Number 11. In this videos, the terrifying early phases of a fire in a neighbour's property are seen in this doorbell camera video. You can watch the fire expand throughout the course of the video as it eventually approaches the home where the doorbell camera is located. The home's owner was sound sleeping at the time of the fire. He would be soon awakened by numerous notifications on his phone that his doorbell had detected motion. The homeowner would frantically go to obtain a fire extinguisher and make a last-ditch effort to put out the fire after watching the video. But when the owner of the house realized it was too late, he would flee out the back door. It's fairly safe to conclude that the motion-activated alerts that woke up the home's owner that night saved his life. Number 12. In this creepy rain camera video, a hooded man approached the camera in Smithtown, New York, and snatched it. The neighbour arrived at the door the following day wearing only jeans, rang the bell, and then apologised in front of the camera. The owner remarked from within, "What would you like?" said to the neighbour, "Peace." After listening, he repeated his response. Then he turned away, entered his room, and shut the door.
Peace.
Too late for that.
What?
Too late for that.
Too late?
When you stole from me, you started your own war. Too late for that.
So it's too late for peace?
You had a chance at peace. You had that night, you could have made peace by bringing my shit back you stole. When you stole from me, you started your own war.
So we are at war, according to you? Good night, sir.
He started playing loud music after a while, went back to ring the doorbell, and then said, "Oh, I don't think it's ringing." He shut the door as he returned to his room. The loud music continued to play.
If it's blue, it doesn't ring? I guess that means you're hearing this?
Do speak.
Okay, so there's wine, cheese, and crackers across the hall if you're interested.
Nah, we ain't no rats. We just don't want Sears, Lilacs, and Steelers and Teeths. Have a good night.
The loud music continued to play. He came back and covered his head with a big towel and put something sticky on the camera. The property owner reported the neighbour to the police, who then was arrested. This person is exactly the kind of neighbour you don't want. Have you ever had an issue with your neighbour like this? Let us know in the comments. Number 13. In this video, a woman is seen repeatedly knocking on the front door of this property. She can be seen constantly looking behind her like someone is following her. And that's when a man walks up to the woman and proceeds to grab her firmly, telling her to get into the car. The woman can be heard pleading with him to stop the entire time. The man on the video was later revealed to be 20-year-old Victor Kucinich, who would later be accused of kidnapping in the 3rd degree. Number 14. In this creepy Ring camera video, before entering the laundry room, the home's owner can be seen posing in this Ring doorbell video, which first shows her only doing laundry. And the audio from the clip explains why a voice can be heard pleading for assistance. Although it's not immediately evident where the voice is coming from, it's obviously upset and anxious. If someone were hidden on her property, the woman might have ended up calling the police.
I didn't see anybody out on the road or any cars or anything. So I went back to my Ring video to make sure I wasn't just courageously hearing something.
I can hear somebody saying something like that.
Well, I posted it on there.
And even though they would search the entire property, the police would come up empty-handed. And even now, I'm still not sure to whom, or even from where his voice was speaking.